I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Morris Township Board of Adjustment for May 19th, 2025. The notices required by the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. The statement certifying same will be executed. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ms. Santiago, roll call, please.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Goldberg,
Here.
Mr. Trachtenberg,
Here.
Mr. Williams,
Here.
Mr. Schuster,
Here.
Mr. Benoit,
Here.
Mr. Kramer,
Here.
Ms. Simmons,
Here.
Mr. Woodford,
Here.
Mr. Warner,
Here.
Mr. Bush,
Here.
Ms. Keller, and I, Sonia Santiago, here.
All right. First, we have several resolutions to consider. Mr. Warner.
Certainly, Mr. Chairman. The first resolution is Evan Wilson is the applicant. That was to construct an in-ground swimming pool and patio in the rear yard. There were rear yard and combined side yard setbacks. The address 12 Westminster Place. Board granted that approval based on both the C1 and C2 alternative bases with conditions. And I hope that Mr. Oler's resolution is an accurate memorialization of the board's decision in that case. If it is not, I will let him know. If it is, then the board will adopt the resolution.
Okay, board members, any additions, objections, supplementation to the?
I'd like to say that I think Mr. Aller's resolution is really well done. And I recommend approval.
Okay, then
On
can I,
behalf of Mr. Oler, thank you.
can I have a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Ms. Santiago, roll call.
Mr. Goldberg,
Yes.
Mr. Trachtenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Benoit,
Yes.
Mr. Kramer,
Yes.
Mr. Woodford,
Yes,
so moved.
okay,
Mr. Chairman, next we have Joseph and Meg Gall, application. It was this in-ground swimming pool week. So they were also construction of an in-ground swimming pool and patio in the rear yard. Just one rear yard setback variance. The address for the property 10 Applewood Lane. Again, the board granted the approval both on the C1 and alternative C2 bases. And again, with conditions. So again, if it's an accurate memorialization of the board's decision, I imagine we'll have a motion second and a roll call vote to approve.
okay, any objections, additions, considerations? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Santiago?
Mr. Goldberg,
Yes.
Mr. Trachtenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Benoit,
Yes.
Mr. Kramer,
Yes.
Mr. Woodford,
Yes,
so moved.
Or, Mr. Chairman, that our run on swimming pools has ended. This third resolution is Alexander and Rebecca Langlois.
Langlois,
Langlois.
Just like the son of the judge.
That's right. I should know better. Thank you, Your Honor, Mr. Chairman. This was an application to 20 Albert Avenue to modify an existing non-conforming dwelling by constructing a second-story addition over the existing one-story dwelling, and that was also an approval, also on both the alternative C1 and C2 bases for those two front yard setback deviations, and again with conditions of approval. And I'll turn it back to you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, any comments, questions, clarifications, corrections? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion on that.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Ms. Santiago?
Mr. Goldberg,
Yes.
Mr. Trachtenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
Yes.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Benoit,
Yes.
Mr. Kramer,
Yes.
Mr. Woodford,
Yes.
so moved.
All right, moving on. Yes, why don't you do that? First item we have going to the public hearings. The first matter we have is BA-17-23. This is the Ewing application at 40 Springbrook Road, block 6503, lot 54. Mr. Warner, do you have any information on that?
Certainly, Mr. Chairman, it's my understanding, as per the applicant, there's been a request to carry the matter without further notice. The notice was sufficient to June 23 at 7 p.m., the same location. And the applicant did provide an extension of time to act through, I believe it was
End of-
end of July, right?
Mhm.
July
Yes,
31,
31st.
yes.
Okay.
Uh,
And with that in mind, we have not received any new plans from the applicant. And I know one of the objectors has will not be able to make it, so that I know that that date may be adjourned, but that is the date as of right now.
As
And
of
that's
now,
being announced, and there will be no further notice to any of the, and to the members of the public. Is that correct?
that's correct, Your Honor. Your Honor.
Stop that.
It works.
And don't get me. All right. Okay. So next public hearing matter is BA-08-25. Ms. Santiago.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, this is BA 08-25 Slock Acquisitions LLC, Block 5801, Lot 1, 9 Springbrook Road, OSGU Zone for Section D. Applicant is seeking a final major subdivision of a portion of existing Lot 1 to create a new lot consisting of approximately 4.74 acres and construct a residential development of 13 single-family homes.
All right. Mr. Warner, why don't you explain exactly what we're doing here tonight on this?
Certainly. Well, this is, as I understand it, and I'm sure we'll hear from counsel for the applicant as well. There was a prior approval for preliminary and final major site plan and preliminary major subdivision approval, as well as variance relief granted for 13 single-family homes on land formerly a part of the Springbrook Country Club. And tonight, I believe we are hearing just the final item, which is the final subdivision approval. I did, Mr. Chairman, have an opportunity to review the notice, found the content to be sufficient, found it to be timely served and published. It was served by certified mail on May 8, published on April 30, both at least 10 days prior to this evening. So the board does have jurisdiction, in my opinion, to hear and decide the application this evening. And I'll defer and turn it back to you, Mr. Chairman.
Counsel.
Good evening. It's nice to see everybody. Frank Fitolo, Sills, Cummins & Gross, on behalf of the applicant. I'm not going to repeat the very good summary that Ms. Santiago read and also the analysis that Mr. Warner just articulated. We are seeking final major subdivision approval in accordance with and pursuant to the prior approval. The subdivision plans that are before the board this evening are wholly consistent with the plans previously approved by the board. We included in our submission to the board an engineer's affidavit prepared by the gentleman to my right, Rusty Schomer, the civil engineer record, and he confirmed that the plans before the board this evening are, quote, drawn and presently presented exactly the same as the preliminary approved plans. Mr. Schomer is here with me this evening to confirm that is still in fact the case and answer any questions from the board. I will also tell the board that we have completed our resolution compliance for our site plan approval. We've gotten our third-party agency approvals from DEP, from Morris County, from Soils. So if the board acts favorably this evening, we are prepared to move forward with this project, schedule a pre-con meeting, and move forward. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I do have Rusty Schomer here to answer any questions. But Mr. Stromer, I'll just ask you one question on the
Before
record.
you do, we're going
I'm
to swear
sorry.
him in, of
Go
course. And I'll swear in our board professionals as well, our planner and engineer. If you'll all raise your right hand, all of you swear to God or affirm testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you.
Okay, and do I need to take Mr. Stromer through his qualifications, or can I have him?
No, we'll waive that.
Okay, I'd like.
We're well aware of his quality.
Okay, thank you so much. So I'd like to designate Mr. Stromer this evening as an expert in civil engineering. And Mr. Stromer, the question I have for you tonight is, are the statements in your affidavit or your still true today that the plans that are drawn and presented exactly the same as the preliminary approved plans?
Briefly, yes. They're the same, everything is the same, no changes. So the final subdivision plan you have before you is consistent with the preliminary approval.
I really, Mr. Chairman, I don't have anything else.
Right. I'm just going to confirm that with the engineer. You know, it conforms in all ways, shape, and form with the application that was granted earlier by this board. Do any members of the public have any questions?
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Well, actually, we may have a board member who has one, and I may also, if I may.
Yes.
I'm just curious about what's going on with the property on 202 that was separated from this. What's been resolved with what's going on with that?
We no longer have that property.
Oh, you no longer own it?
Correct.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right, so you're contributing to the housing budget and that's apart from that property, okay?
Correct.
Okay, that was my only question.
Okay. Mr. Warner?
Yeah, actually, that was one of my two questions, just to confirm that the contribution to the Township's Affordable Housing Trust Fund will be made. And I think there was a minor change to a signature block, which may have already occurred.
It has.
So, and then the fire chief had no comments, so I have nothing further.
Okay. Any other board members have any questions?
Just a procedural question maybe for Mr. Warner. So with the voluntary contribution to the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, is that something that is just, I mean, it's voluntary, right? So is that something that, at what point will that become known to either the members of the public or to zoning board members, or how does that all sort of memorialize?
The magnitude of the contribution you're referring to?
Or when it completes, or the details of it? Is that something that's public facing?
Maybe applicants' counsel can address that, in that respectfully, I wasn't directly involved.
Yeah, that was a condition.
Right.
So,
The original approval.
yeah, the original, yeah. So it'll be, the contribution will be made prior to,
There'll be a developer's agreement, I take it?
yes. We actually, so, thank you.
You're welcome.
So there's a draft,
Wasn't planned,
there's a
but-
draft developers agreement
Okay.
spelling out the obligations of the applicant and the township. And we actually worked on that prior to this hearing. So it's in draft form. I believe the business administrator has it. So
Okay.
yeah, that has all the terms. And that'll be done once this approval is complete.
Okay. Thank you for clarifying this.
Yeah, sure.
Not often comes up, but
Yeah, yeah.
mysterious to me anyway as to
Yep.
how it resolves. So thank you.
Any other board members with questions?
Mr. Chairman, I am curious about all the underground piping. Has that all been located and has that all been, removed or can we become a part of whatever is being done? I remember that was one of the issues.
Well, it was located, we haven't done any removal or anything. There's been no
Okay.
construction or activity started yet. So that will be forthcoming if we get through this step.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other board members with questions? Any members of the public with questions? Come up to the microphone, identify yourself and ask your question.
Alan McAlpin, 5 Armstrong Road. My question follows. During the application, there were testimony as to Japanese knotwood. I'd like to know, in this process, when will the Japanese knotwood be removed in its entirety And when will its entire removal be made public?
Yeah, we're here for the subdivision. Mr. McAlpin's asking about a site plan issue. The
Right.
plans have been signed. I think we all are sort of confused as to what Mr. McAlpin's even talking about. I don't even know, we don't even know what he's talking about. You're right? I mean, I don't,
I'm trying to remember.
Remember any discussion about that?
yeah.
Let's look at the resolution, see if there's anything in the initial resolution.
I don't recall that.
I don't remember it being there.
Yeah, I mean, but one of my clients sitting behind me said it could be some of the vegetation that was in the lot on Mount Kimmel that we no longer have an interest in.
Right.
But
Yeah, because you were proposing to purchase that, or there was,
yeah,
you didn't actually go through with the purchase. That-
correct. Yeah, and look, we have a landscape plan, and we're
Right.
going to implement the landscape plan that was approved.
Right.
And so Mr. McAlpin, I'm sure, has access to that plan. It's available at the township. And are you saying that there's something, is it on the landscape plan?
No, I was unaware of that. Thank you for bringing it to my attention.
Okay.
I was hoping that you'd use this opportunity to make it clear to others as well. Apparently not.
Well, they will be obligated to conform with the landscape plan that they submitted. I mean, so that's all I can say. If that plant, of those vegetation was on the lot that they didn't purchase, well, then they're under no obligation to go forward and remove it because it's someone else's property. Does that summarize it correctly?
Yes, yeah. We don't have a landscape expert here tonight, but I
Right.
mean, to go through the landscape plan, but whatever's on the plan, that's what we're going to do.
Okay. Any other questions from members of the public? Seeing none, hearing none, close the public portion. Any final statement, Council?
No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Is there anybody, member of the public who wants to make any comment on this application? Seeing none, hearing none, close the public portion. Council.
We're good, Mr. Chairman.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So, Mr. Warder, why don't you explain exactly what the board's obligation is?
Well, certainly, a motion and a second and a roll call vote certainly to decide whether or not to grant final subdivision approval for this application. You heard the evidence with respect to its conformity with the preliminary subdivision. But it is the board's determination, a majority for passage,
So.
and that's essentially it. I think, it would, any conditions from the prior approval that have not been satisfied would need to be satisfied. I think we heard that there may not be any left, but certainly they would withstand and continue as an obligation of the applicant.
Right, so the plan that was previously approved and the resolution and all the conditions that were set forth in that resolution have to be complied with.
Will continue to have to be
And this is
compliant.
just a memorialization of the actual subdivision itself, separating that from the property remaining in the ownership of Springbrook Country Club.
Correct. And the standard was accurately cited as being in conformity with the preliminary subdivision.
Okay,
Doesn't have to be exact. Perhaps the testimony was that it is exact, but it doesn't have to be exact. It has to be effectively substantially consistent with the preliminary subdivision.
okay. The board members, any comments, questions? If not, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Santiago, roll call.
Mr. Goldberg,
Yes.
Mr. Trachtenberg,
Yes.
Mr. Williams,
No.
Mr. Schuster,
Yes.
Mr. Benoit,
Yes.
Mr. Kramer,
Yes.
Mr. Woodford,
Yes.
6-1.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, board. Have a great week. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, any other business? Hearing none, hearing none.
I don't have anything, no.
Anybody have any other business they want to address with the board?
What was that, Paul? I'm sorry.
If not, does anybody have any member of the board have anything else they want to discuss at this time?
No.
Okay, then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
I think you just got it ahead of.
Right under the wire, right?
Just-
I think we just went under the wire, yeah, time limit. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? We're adjourned.